In an analysis of the November 2018 issue of Vogue, it can be determined that ads reinforce unrealistic beauty standards for women through the representation of race, body image, and femininity in order to encourage the sale of their products. Fashion magazines not only exhibit what is popular in designer fashion, they emphasize societally valued beauty standards, young, white, thin, and feminine women, through the overwhelming representation of models in advertisements. As socializing agents, models in mass media and advertisements create cultural norms and define standards in beauty, and can cause feelings of anger, anxiety, depression, and insecurity among women. So women will buy products associated with beauty in order to achieve some closeness to beauty and therefore relieve some of their stress. There are many components that determine what is considered beauty in women, one of which is femininity, another social construct that determines how women should be socially defined. A quality of femininity that particularly pertains to beauty includes the expectation to wear makeup and be naturally without flaws. Women in advertisements pave the way for what is considered physically attractive in society by upholding these feminine qualities. However, they have strayed so far from what is natural that the concept of beauty has become unachievable. Women are conditioned to believe, through media outlets like magazines, that to be beautiful they must have poreless, unblemished skin and always wear makeup, because that is how the women look in the advertisements. Even when not wearing makeup, women are expected to have flawless skin. Garnier, for example, promotes micellar water as a makeup removing product. In their ads, it claims, Garnier micelles act like a magnet to remove makeup and impurities, suggesting that the product is the reason the model's skin is so flawless. When people view this ad, they associate the product with unblemished skin and therefore beauty, which causes women to buy it. However, it is not the product that causes this effect, but rather digital alteration and airbrushing, so it is physically impossible for people to achieve this level of perfection. Although average women vary in different body shapes and sizes, women are societally considered beautiful if they are thin, which is perpetuated by the women featured in these ads. According to a 2008 study done by Goodman, Morris, and Sutherland on young women's emotional responses to varying types of beautiful advertising models, models' beauty increases consumers' positive attitudes toward the product. Plus-size models that are larger in size exist. However, high-end fashion magazines like Vogue only feature those with thin body shapes because they are more desirable in society and so emphasize the association of products with thinness and therefore beauty. Further analysis of beauty standards for women in magazine media has found that although it is empowering and inspiring for women of color to be featured in media, for the most part they continue to be underrepresented while white women remain the dominant embodiment of beauty, which has resulted in lighter skin being the favorable standard for beauty. Although society is taking steps in the right direction for women of color, we are still a long way from equality. Out of the 56 advertisements and the 44 of those that contained at least one person, only 8 featured minority women, leaving 36 ads to feature solely white women alone. The overwhelming representation and focus of white women in ads emphasizes that white skin is a more desirable trait when it comes to beauty. Even ads, like the UGG shoes advertisement, feature African American models with lighter skin because it is more associated with beauty standards and therefore likely to sell their products. This makes it impossible for many races to be considered societally beautiful, and it is important to increase the frequency of other races in advertisements in order to redefine beauty to not discriminate. Media creates standards of beauty that are limited to one type of woman, while making the concept of beauty unrealistic and unachievable in the eyes of society for women that uncontrollably vary from this norm. The only way to make beauty achievable for all women is to change the definition by featuring more women of color, more women of different sizes, and more naturally portrayed women. By changing the narrative, the images we use, the stories we tell about women, we can dramatically change the way the world values women and how women and girls see themselves.